the Lord. Praise the Lord. It's Thursday. Oh, thank God it's Thursday. Look how fast the week goes. Do something with your purpose. Do you know that God has given you a purpose that is specific to you only and you alone? That's because you are fearfully and wonderfully made. You are the beast. And that's because you are a piece of the master. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. It's Thursday. This is William the Encourager, and you know the drill. Let's pray. Father God, thank you. Thank you for this Thursday, Lord God. Thank you, Lord. This is Thankful Thursday, Father, and we thank you. Thank you for another day's journey. Thank you, Lord God, for another opportunity to help someone, to tell someone that they are fearfully and wonderfully made. Father, we thank you this morning, Lord, for watching over us last night and waking us up this morning. Thank you for, Lord, the people that are in our lives and that are close to us, that show us love. Lord, let us be able to show them love in return, and let us be able to show someone, even a stranger, your love. Father, we thank you and we praise you. It is in Jesus' name that we pray. Amen. Amen. Praise the Lord, brothers and sisters. It's Thursday, and we are talking about life with purpose. And you know, Proverbs 19 and 21 tells us, many are the plans in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the Lord's counsel, that will stand. It's what thus saith the Lord. Remember, Proverbs reminds us that even when we think we know the way, God's purpose is what will stand. That's what will stand. And you know what's going to stand? God's purpose for your life. God has put purpose in your life. It's like the light bulb analogy. A bulb has potential, but it must be connected to power. Your purpose comes alive when you are connected with Christ. Did you get that, my brothers and sisters? Let me say it again. A light bulb has potential, but it must be connected to power. Your purpose comes alive when you are connected to Christ. Why? Because he is the power that ignites your purpose. He is the power that brings us through life. He is the power. David said, thy word is a lamp unto my feet, a light unto my path. See, Jesus has that power to illuminate your path, that you may see that he is the way, the truth, and the life. Paul in Acts chapter 9 tells us that Paul come from a persecutor to become a preacher. God can redirect your life and give you a new purpose at any time. Praise God. Here's a real life story. A mistake becomes a testimony that saves someone else from making the same choices. My brothers and sisters, if you will hear when God puts someone in front of you, if you will hear their story, God will allow you to not to make the same mistakes that others have made, if you will learn from them. You see, your life speaks louder when it is aligned with God's purpose. And if your life is aligned with God's purpose, brothers and sisters, you will be a success and you will help others. But remember, there's a way out of your mess, and it's JESUS. Be encouraged.
Where can you buy a brand new Nissan with a lifetime warranty? Kingston Pike. Hey, folks, Gerald Anderson with Ted Russell Nissan. You heard it right. Every new Ted Russell Nissan comes with a lifetime warranty, and that's a long, long time. Ted Russell Nissan on Kingston Pike.
Good morning and welcome to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Ask Your Neighbor can also be heard and seen on our website, WYSHradio.com. And if you are in Anderson, Rome, or Morgan County and have Comcast cable, you can watch Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV Channel 12. Ask Your Neighbor is the program where you call in and do just that. Ask Your Neighbor. Do you have a comment? Do you have a problem? Or do you have a question? Then call in and ask your neighbor. 865-457-1380 or toll free at 877-711-4005. And for those of you that might be listening or watching on the internet, you can email from our website, WYSHradio.com. Just click on the Contact Us button and email your questions. Now sit back and listen as listeners throughout East Tennessee and the entire world answer your questions on Ask Your Neighbor on BBB TV 12 and AM 1380 WYSH.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome into Ask Your Neighbor this morning. It's Thursday. That means it's David West, Stars and Stories of the Kaz Walker Show. David and the whole Hee-Haw gang are here getting everything ready this morning. Hello, fellers. How are you today?
Hey, they're good. They're good.
Oh, we're good. It's good. We're all here. Barney here. Barney's over here doing security right in the middle of the show.
We're good. Hope you're there.
Scoot over a little bit. See if we can get them all in here.
Wow.
Yeah. See if you can get us all.
We're good.
We need these stars in here.
He's got to tune up a little bit here.
So you got to go tune up with the drums?
We got in a roadblock over off Alcoa Highway. You know how police officers are.
When you get there and direct that traffic, get rid of it.
I was going to direct them, but I'd probably be doing it with one finger.
You didn't have a uniform.
I didn't have my uniform. I'm a little hard.
In your uniform.
I'm a little hard looking in my civvies, ain't I?
Yeah.
No, but
well, tell us what's going on. Anything? Tell us a little bit about
we've been
what's going on
running
with
hard
politics
this
over.
Well, I'm more interested in this county commission race down here and how my buddy's doing, so we'll talk about that. Maybe have to do that off air, I guess. But everything's going well.
Whatever you
we got the man that done some of the commercials over there.
Yeah, we're gonna have. Yeah, we may have to have him sing it here, right across the hall in studio over at Merle FM. I hope they're getting good calls from it, but yeah, we got to keep it going.
It's going again now.
Yeah, early voting started yesterday, and I know it's here in Anderson County as well, isn't it? Is it statewide they do that?
Yeah.
So the early voting started, and whoever you're for, get out and vote.
Late voting's what I do.
Do you? I don't. If I can, I try to go get it knocked out. So that election day is always such a.
Oh yeah.
Headache. Where do you vote at? What's your precinct you do?
At
Harvest Park.
Gibbs.
No,
Roger Park.
At Harvest Park.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's where I vote.
Okay, yeah.
And where you vote?
I do vote there, but you can go to any of them in early voting.
Then where y'all vote?
Yeah, you don't even know where it's at. Sounds like a nice place.
You usually get through there pretty fast. So.
Well, I'll tell you where a pretty church is that in Fairview? Is that where it is?
Oh, yeah.
You ought to go in there and look at that big room.
Beautiful.
I guess.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Ain't that beautiful?
Yeah, there's three pretty what you call mega churches right up there in that same area, which is the
man, that's a church.
What
is it? What do they call that room? The dining room?
Fellowship or activities center.
I never saw that White House better than that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I talked to Brother Donald about it, and he said that some of our friends done it.
Oh yeah,
some friends I know, Barrett's and them.
Meredith Construction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, used to be one of my clients. Yeah, I knew Bruce Bossy that owns it. Yeah, Bossy's a good guy. He 25 years
he
ago.
Was older, I guess, when he was.
Yeah, I don't know the original ones. This guy I'm talking about came in.
Oh yeah, they do it.
On.
I call him high lifts and dozers, and they do all.
Yeah, when he gets in here, he's tuning his guitar. I want him to do one that Kim Williams wrote. That he put on his CD that he did last year. That's a really good one. But Kim, I think he talked to Phyllis, and Kim had gave him some songs to look through. And everybody knows Kim Williams. And I haven't talked to Phyllis lately. Ron, have you talked to Phyllis in a while?
I haven't. I talked to Mandy, but I haven't talked to Phyllis.
Yeah, but they're. Gosh, what a talented summer. We talked about Ding Dillon last week, and then Kim.
What else is probably staying home counting her money, I guess.
Did she move back to Nashville? She was going to move.
Is she back up here?
Well, she was here, but she was talking about it. But did she I don't know if she moved back down there or not, but
You live in a nice place up on the mountain.
yeah. You don't live in House Mountain. You know anybody over in House Mountain where we're from?
No.
We're over in Knoxville. The House Mountain has burnt 900 some acres. It's been on fire
Let me
for
tell
the
you
last
a little
week.
story about House
I
Mountain.
said this morning is 100%. They got it
Contained.
Yeah.
Well, it's straight up. It ain't gonna spread too
Big
far.
mountain.
Yeah.
We was having a big party. Let me tell you a few of the names, and you can kind of imagine about it. Just means that could be Nashville. Let me check this out here.
That's probably Roy A. Cuff recording right
But
there.
anyhow, I had no boy before I get this on TV and the phone rung. He's supposed to be going. He just started talking, and I'm trying to introduce him. But anyhow, this is some of the dignitaries that we had at the party. Of course, St. Daniel had to have him. Joe Guyton, a whole bunch of them. Just won't call them all, but we had a bunch in there. And they would, I guess the party had been going on for about 2 hours, so there's all of them go.
Yeah.
So Zane picks up the telephone and he calls Florida. He wants some John Johnson or something like that. And the operator said, you got to be more precise than that. Said, there are about 40 John Johnson in here in this area where you're calling. He said, they ain't done it. Said, I had one of them in a court case last week, and there are just 34 of them. Well, they partied some more, and then they sent out, Joe Guyton sent out and got a bunch of chicken. They had barrels of chicken, and they was all feeling good. And one of them looked over and he said, Joe, somebody told me that you was going to move House Mountain. He said, yeah. And this other guy said, well, who's going to move it? And he said, Joe Guyton. He said, Joe Guyton going to move House Mountain? I said, yeah. I said, where's you going to put it? They were really good.
Oh, my God. It'd take a big bulldozer to move that mountain.
But that's back when he was moving a lot. Joe was. And AK, of course, was a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
I went a lot of places with him, and with him, he sponsored us on stuff and trucks, loaned us big trucks to do be outside performances on, and he was always a great friend of mine. And then, of course, I was broke in 1966. I couldn't even pay attention, but
we do have a lot in common then. I've been broke since 1966.
But he come out there every Saturday night. That's when we opened the music barn, and me and my girlfriend, he'd say, come on up. Shoney's just opened on Clinton Highway. And he said, I'm going to take you all out to eat tonight. Him and Angela was his first wife. He'd always takes us out to eat. And I was glad because I didn't have no money to take her out to eat. I just going to get her a hot dog there at the concession.
You're a big spender.
Don't eat now. We're going out. Did you hear this? Don't eat now. We're going to go out and have something nice. I didn't tell her who was buying,
Yeah.
And he was just a good old guy, AK was. He always liked to buy food for people.
Yeah.
And I guess that's why I got a little of it. But anyhow, I know me and Mad Jack was going to eat there at Lily's, and we walked in. There's AK and his second wife. And he said, oh, there comes two of my good friends. Come in here. I'm going to buy your supper tonight. And that was, he was just that way. He was a great guy. And I'll tell you something else about AK. He belonged to the Knoxville Church up on Keith Street. And he'd go in there at Christmas and he'd say, all the widow women, give them your name and your dress size. I'm going to buy you all a new dress. And he'd leave them a bunch of money to get them all a new dress. But
nice.
Pick out what you want. Boy, he did a lot for people. I tell you, he was a good guy.
You're talking about Zach Daniel. So yesterday, Jeff Haygood calls me, and hadn't talked to him in a few weeks, and he's on the board of TBA now, and so I said, hey, Jeff, I stopped him. I said, I hope these utility bills and stuff's going to come down. He said, just tell everybody that help is on the way. And I said, that's good. I said, but will you do me a favor? Why don't you tell them? I said, we got this radio show we do on Thursday mornings with David. And he says, I want to come to that. And I said, well, come out and talk about TBA. He said, no, I don't want to talk about TBA. And you know what he wanted to talk about? Somebody named Kaz Walker. He said, I got some Kaz stories. He said, but he said that they're he is really busy with it right now with that board and the TVA and stuff. And of course in politics and stuff, all of that they have to deal with. But he said that the energy, he's thinking energy prices are.
I went in.
Some good news.
We went up to Golden Girls last night, yesterday evening, and here's people sitting over and they watch the Kaz Walker show, and they want to know all about Kaz Walker and the business and stuff like that he was in and doing. And so before I eat, I had to sit there about 15 minutes talking about Kaz Walker. Let's scoot over a little bit more, Howard.
Open that door.
I can't go no more.
You found the secret hatch.
We got to get Barney in here a little bit.
No, I'm good.
I can't close on be on your lap.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, won't you move over?
This is National Radio
Show.
You sit here and I'll hold the chicken.
Okay.
What? That's a wrong joke.
That's Fred Smith, wasn't it? How'd that go? He went to the flea market. See if we can do it. He went to the flea market. Help me with it now.
I can't.
He bought a tub and an anvil, chicken, and something else. What was it?
The anvil, the tub, and the chicken was.
Yeah. So he's coming down there. Had the anvil, the chicken had one arm and the whole anvil with the other, and had his finger in the tub, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he come down there and he got wanting a cigarette real bad. I mean, he having nicotine fed.
Yeah.
And when he did, he run into Tootie Green. Tootie Green was one of his old schoolgirl buddies and girlfriend. He says, Tootie, said, would you reach in my pocket and get me out a cigarette? I said, I'm about to smoke all over myself. It gets worse, so you better save it for later. So she said, I will not reach in your pocket, Fred Smith, and get no cigarette. You said, you might try to rape me. He said, rape me? I've got an anvil in this arm, a chicken under this arm, and a tub on the finger. She said, well, you could put the chicken down and put the tub. No, you could put the chicken down, put the tub over the anvil. And there's something else because she could
put the
chicken down, put the tub over it.
Chicken, put the anvil on top of the tub, and
she can hold something else.
Oh yeah, that's hold, and I can hold the chicken.
I can hold the chicken, yeah. I can hold the chicken.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I don't know where Fred be. I don't think he'd enjoy us doing that. It wasn't very good.
I've been known to butcher a good joke.
Yeah, we butchered that, didn't we? As many times as already.
Hey, I told you a few weeks ago when, bless his heart, Marshall Andy passed away, about him coming up on the stage with me on the show, and I'd done my part, and I was leaving the stage, and he said, hey, Barney, come back up here, and he started into a joke, a routine with me, and I didn't know where he was going. I go, and he goes, and I said, I don't know, but y'all, good night, everybody. Thank y'all. And I walked off stage. Marshall goes, all right, boys, let's go ahead and pick up a song. And when he got back off stage, he told me, he said, I thought you knew the joke. I said, I had no idea where you were going with that.
You know, I saw him do that before, do it. And Fred was up there telling about something funny about a mother, and he looked over at Claude and asked him about his mother. He said, my mother dead.
Oh, no.
You know, you get into some of them. I've had people do me that way, boys. One guy's tell me about a joke, you know, and he is, I should have known the part, but I forgot it.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, tell me my part.
Yeah.
Right in front of everybody, that went over better than the joke.
I did that, you know, That's Good, That's Bad with Archie's. And Fred may have wrote that joke. So we're at Smith Family Theater up there in Pigeon Forge doing our shows, and I'm working with Phil Campbell, and we went over it backstage, and he said, you can do this. Just come out. It's Barney, you're doing this. And That's Good, That's Bad. It was on Hee Haw, you know what I'm talking about, routine. It's a good routine. I couldn't keep up. I was going, that's good. He means you mean that's bad.
Well, where's the airplane deal?
Oh, yeah, and he jumped out.
Wasn't that a good joke?
Oh, yeah.
Said this guy went up in the airplane, and he got up there and said, he's telling about his trip. Said, how's your airplane trip? So it was, let me just tell you bad. He said, we got up there in that plane, and the engine went out. He said, boy, that's bad. He said, no, that's good. How come? He said, Well, he had 2 engines. The other one kicked in. He said, oh, that's good. He said, no, that's bad. Well, what caused it to be bad? He said, well, that engine went out. That was bad, wasn't it? He said, no, that was good. We had parachutes. He said, that was good, wasn't it? He said, no, it's bad. How come? He said, well, we went out and they didn't open. That was bad, wasn't it? No, that's good. He said, what was good about it? He said, well, I looked down on the ground and I said, a big old haystack. And I was going to hand it right toward it. He said, boy, that's good, wasn't it? He said, no, that's bad. How come? He said, there's a pitchfork right in the middle of the haystack. He said, that's bad, wasn't it? No, that's good. He said, I missed the pitchfork. That guy said, boy, that was good. He said, no, that was bad. I missed the haystack, too. That guy said, that's bad. He said, now, you got it right. That was bad.
That's right. So my whole line was, Phil was great at it. He told me, he said, that's good or that's bad. How come? That's all I had to say. I butchered it.
Yeah, you done that.
I can't sing, can't play nothing. I'm useless.
Yeah, you remember, well, I can't think of it, the one that they told about. Fred come in and told Archie, do you know anything about gas stoves? He said, not a lot. He said, you? He said, quite a bit. He said, I was trying to light one the other day and that thing blowed up. So I went up through the air and said, here come a guy down with a parachute and it didn't open. He said, do you know anything about parachutes? I said, no, sir, do you know anything about gas stoves?
Hey, Ron, so William the Encourager.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you know the guy, the ultimate optimist, you know that guy. There's the ultimate optimist jumped out of a plane one time. His parachute didn't open. He was going by this high-rise building about on the 20th floor. As he went by, they said, did you see him go by? And he said, I did. He said, what did he say? He said, so far, so good. So it's always been positive. That's what you need to do.
You know, Fred made jokes. He just drive down the road and see something and make a good comedy joke at it. I told this before, but it's still funny. I was telling somebody this yesterday. When Knoxville first got don't walk signs up, you know, they put walk on the streets. And that first morning they went through them, he come to TV and he said, Red said, Red asked him, said, Fred said, did you hear about that woman getting hit up on Gay Street? No, where'd she get hit at? He said, right between walk and don't walk.
Good material.
You know, he could just pull them off. But we just drive down the road, and I remember one day, me and him was hauling Christmas trees, and he said, Faye, my sister, standing there, and it's like things that would tickle Fred was stuff that wasn't even funny to me. And I don't know why I died, just cutting up. You know, we all cut up each other. My sister sitting there, she said, have you got gas money? Because we was going to Virginia to haul trees. And when she said that, I'd been eating. I felt real big. And I said, yeah, I got gas. Fred said, that was the most disgusting look I ever saw on a human being's face when you did that. And I said, well, I felt like a hog under an acorn tree. And Fred said, from now on, David, when you go to them acorn trees, you better get a pole them pigs. everything he done, it was just funny, you know, he just made, but he'd like, I remember one day we'd play every night at Archie's up in Gatlinburg, and I'd go with him some if he need me, and he fan belt broke, and he called up Beck's Auto Parts right above us there. He said, and they knowed him, they thought he was the greatest, you know. He lived out there in Parma, right beside Ciderville. He said, this is Fred down the road, said, I need a fan belt for my gremlin. And that guy said, yeah, I think we got it. He said, I didn't know you'd changed your last name. Now, I don't want no funnies, he said. Now, this is serious business. I got to go play a show. He borrowed that. He didn't want them doing comedy. Oh, goodness. Boy, tell us about our star here.
Oh, our star? Well, we brought one in today. Reinforcements this week. No,
I'm a star.
He's a star. He's a friend of ours. He's a dear friend of ours. This is Justin Terry. probably known best right now for being on Merle FM doing our ad for Jimmy J.J. Jones for sheriff.
J.J. Jones. Is that you doing it? Who's that doing Kaz
I
Walker?
can neither confirm nor deny.
Kaz Walker too, it sounds like.
He is. He's been out in Arizona and Texas since what was it, January through the end of March, or?
Yeah, January 8th, I flew back down there. I did some Christmas shows back in December, and then January 8th, I flew back down, and I was in Texas, and I did 50 gigs in 49 days.
Good for you.
And then I drove over to Arizona, did some gigs out there, and my last show was my wife is a teacher, and my last show was her first day of spring break, so she flew to Phoenix and met me there, and we motorhomed across America.
That's a good. But you've been doing that, what, 2-3 years now?
I've actually been going to Texas now and running that circuit for 6 years now.
Pretty good gig, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's good. This is my best year down there. I had several sellouts, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a whole bunch of work.
So formerly a DJ for Ron's other station, Praise 96.
That's right.
Back in the day.
This is my 20th year of leaving, actually.
I've been gone 20
my
years.
20th anniversary.
So we pull in Ron, and he wants to. He says, "There's the Praise Mobile."
You know.
And I said, I think Ron's son is fixing to take the decals and paint that and drive.
He is.
That's just depressing, man.
Well, there's a new one.
I know, but the old Durango with that dove splattered on the side is one of my
Historic.
Looks like it ran into it.
Man,
Yeah.
I did a lot of remotes in that thing
Oh yeah.
back in the day.
So the CD you did last year, you got several really good CDs. One of David's favorite songs is that Christmas song we do it every time.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
So it's hard to believe this, but you come by here once a year. You know that, right?
I think I'm about twice a year now.
Once, I think. So,
I try to do spring and fall because I've started doing my shows in chunks now. You know, I'm gone for 2.5 months in the winter, and then I'll leave for the summer. I'll be in South Dakota all summer long. So I'll be back in the fall if you'll have me.
Okay.
We'll have every week if you got. I won't have to be here. No, the Mark Fain that produced your produced. So tell folks about Mark. A lot of people don't know who Mark Fain is, but he's done a lot of stuff. He's a musician, but he's also does producing and stuff.
Oh yeah, Mark.
He's done a lot of stuff for a lot of.
Well, he's
stars.
an East Tennessee guy. I can't remember where he grew up, but he's from East Tennessee, and he got started in gospel music, like a lot of us. He actually was the bass player. I don't know if y'all remember Gold City back in their heyday.
Absolutely.
He was the bass player for the Band of Gold. But he got in, started doing a lot of studio work. He's played on more iconic stuff. He was on the 5 O'Clock Somewhere record, and he's been on just some massive records. And then, he started producing. He's won 7 Grammys over the last 20 years or so. And not for mine. He didn't win one for my record.
Not yet.
But, yeah, he's become a good buddy of mine, and he produced my last record, which I think's the best thing I've ever done. But he's great, man. He's got his own studio out there in Lebanon, Tennessee. So I don't even have to go all the way to Nashville to record, which is great.
So about a year and a half ago, we was in Huntsville, Alabama.
Yeah,
I was telling you about
yeah.
it. So I'm sitting down there in Huntsville. George Strait opens the show, and Zach Top, and there's a whole list of all these stars there. And so I got curious. My wife said, "Do you know any of these musicians that's playing on it?" And I said, Fain. I think Justin knows him. I think I might have texted you. I told you later. He was playing bass or guitar that night for him.
Yeah,
They
he's
had,
played on that thing.
studio
Was that the
musician.
George Jones thing?
No, it was for the Dean Dillon.
Dean Dillon, yeah.
It was
the Dean
20,000
Dillon.
people there. It's a beautiful arena. But
Yeah, he does all that big stuff, and then, he'll come and do a show for me
He's big with you, man.
and take a step up,
Y'all got Charlie Daniels bus, didn't you? Or
Yeah, a group that I sang with for a little while, we had his bus.
Was it
We were
pretty
called
good
Texas
bus?
Star. Yeah, it was fine. It rode down the road.
Russ Jeffers.
Tried to sell David
worked
that
for-
bus.
Russ Jeffers worked for them Hempfield people.
Oh, yeah.
So he calls me about when it first went up, pretty much, and he said, "David, I got just exactly what you need. A nice bus." It's Charlie Daniels. And I almost went down there. I knew I'd buy it, but I went down there. And I got scared of it. I said, "It's going to be something." this big bus sitting here in the yard. We only do shows around Knoxville. You know, I got to borrow this bus up to drive to Knoxville.
Yeah.
And it costs more for the musicians to come out there and get on the bus.
That's exactly right.
And I said, yeah, Russ, I'm just afraid to come down. And I'm afraid I know I won't, because I start thinking back when I used to do a lot of shows, you know. And so we had a bus. We had a fixed, souped-up school bus once, and I had an old Tennessee coach, I believe, and then an old, what's that, the dog on it?
Greyhound.
Yeah, Greyhound.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only this one, it took the dogs off. It was still painted pretty good and left the print with that big dog. But I've had several of them, 2 or 3 of them. But I just knew if I saw it, it's kind of like we went over to the dog pound of Knoxville, and my cat had just passed away, and there was one just like it. And I started petting it through the war, and always just loving on me. And they said, "Would you like to hold it?" And I said, yes. So they put me on the list. I told Karen, I said, Kathy, if I hold that cat, it's going to go home with it, and I don't want to wait. You know, some things you just have to get up and run from.
That's right. His bus was neat. We left a lot of like there was this leather embossed interior door panel that had CDB on it. It was really, really nice. We left that, and we had a picture of him in front of the bus that he had taken. And actually, his last day sheet was still in there.
That's
we
cool.
left that up, you know. And he had a little box on the dash. This was really neat. A little box on the dash where if somebody came up to him at a show and asked him to pray for something, he'd write it down and put it in that little box. It was a little prayer box, and it was just glued to the dash. But it was a good bus. I mean, like every bus.
What kind was it?
It was a Prevost Le Mirage.
Prevost was
Yeah.
a good bus.
But he had redone the interior. It was really
That's what you
nice
told me.
leather.
It's real nice inside.
But, you know, just like every bus,
This is the bus.
that thing ate a lot. You know,
a
Yeah,
lot of
where y'all got a bus
every
now?
repair is $10,000. I don't. I've got a motorhome. I've just got a. I
Who
don't.
had the bus? Was it you or?
No, heck no.
I mean, who had the bus?
It was a group that I did a
Worth
2-year
working
stint
with. They
with.
still
Yeah,
got it,
they're
or
called
they
Texas
sell it?
Star. No, they shut down and
They shut it.
sold it to
Hey, it took
somebody.
Ellen May to drive the bus. It's kind of like farming. I was over where I bought this farm, and I was over getting wire and stuff to build a fence all the way around, so I get cattle. And direct got expensive, and I was at co-op, and I said, good night. You have to have a good job if you're going to farm. I said, a very good job if you're going to farm.
You talk about those buses. Most of the artists, they lease them, you know.
Yeah.
So Dirk Bentley here, I don't know if y'all saw it. It was an interview, and they was talking about in his younger days when he's just getting started. He was a young artist, and he had leased a bus, and so they did this show, and somehow Merle Haggard was at this show, and he come out. So they got on the bus together. Merle comes out there, pulls out a bag, starts rolling joints, and starts smoking
On the leased bus.
They cannot smoke on this bus, and he says, I was so torn I couldn't say, Merle Haggard, you can't smoke on this bus. And so, you know, they sat there and he did his thing.
Just pay the fee, I guess.
Yeah, I guess he did that. But yeah, something you got one picked out? Cause I want a couple that you got to do for us.
Well, yeah, I'll do the song you wanted. I'll start with it.
Tell about the Kim Williams and how you met him, and then Phyllis, how'd you got this song?
Yeah, Kim, I just seen. I think WBIR did some kind of a story or special about him. I didn't know who he was. You know, I knew his music, but had no idea he had written it. So I had just seen that special that they did on him, and I thought, man, I need to get a hold of that guy. And I remember I emailed him through his website. I Googled him, found him on his website, and I sent an email through the website, and I never heard anything. I just was like, hey, can you give me some crumbs? Send me some of your, I don't care what grade level song they are, you know, just if you'll give me anything. And I never heard from him. Well, I was at the, what do they call that tour? It was, at the time, it was Joe Diffie, Sammy Kershaw, and Aaron Tippin before Joe died. It was up at Country Tonight, Pigeon Forge. I was at that show. And I think it was Joe Diffie said, hey, we got a great songwriter here. And it was Kim. And they had him stand up, and he was like, a section over. He was pretty far away from me, but I thought, I'm gonna go try to find this guy when it's over. So show ended, and I got up and I started walking over toward his section, and I was just praying, like, Lord, if you want me to meet this man, let it work out. And got over there, and he was gone. I couldn't find him. But then we had parked out by the buses, and traffic was awful trying to get out. And so we were just kind of standing outside the car, and I was walking. I don't even know where I was going, but I walked in front of one of the buses, and we almost ran into each other. I was like, Kim Williams, I'm Justin Terry. How you doing? Started talking to him, and I said, man, I'd love to get some songs from you if you wouldn't mind. And he was trying to kind of blow me off because he was on a mission to something. And he said, he's like, well, just go to my website and email me, I was like, I've done that already. That didn't work. So I pestered him enough that he gave me his email, and I had him stand there beside my phone as I plugged it in. I was like, is this right? He said, yeah, just tell me you met me here. Send me some of you singing and yada, yada, yada. And so I did. And he wrote me back. He was really kind. He's like, man, you have a great voice. I'll start sending you some songs and see what you like and what you don't like. So he sent me a lot of songs. And this was the only one I've gotten recorded so far. But there's a couple on there that he sent me that are great. And one of them is actually Daryl Singletary singing the demo on it, which is incredible. But anyway, I recorded this song, and he had passed away before he got to hear it. But I put it on my new album, and it's called Rockin' to the Cradle. I want to live with no excuses, love with no regrets, take the bad with the good, and know I did my best. Walking in the sunshine, dancing in the rain, from the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of that long black limousine. From rockabye, sweet baby, till I hear the angels sing. From mom's tender kisses, till I board that glory train. I want to love the life I'm living and live the life I dream. From the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of that long black limousine. Well, I came in this world with nothing. That's how I'll leave someday. And all that I'll take with me is the love I give away. It's love that makes a difference between a pauper and a king. From the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of that long black limousine. From rockabye, sweet baby, till I hear the angels sing. From mom's tender kisses, till I board that glory train. I want to love the life I'm living and live the life I dream. From the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of that long black limousine. Roll on, till the story turn the pages. Roll on. People of all ages, from the first breath that we take till our last one takes us home. Let love be the rock we're standing on. From rockabye, sweet baby, till I hear the angels sing. From mom's tender kisses, till I board that glory train. I want to love the life I'm living and live the life I dream. From the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of that long black limousine. From the rocking of the cradle to the rolling of that long black limousine.
There you go. That's great. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you, good friends. Thank you.
So who else did you say? Daryl Singletary did a demo of that?
Not that one, but there's another song that I plan to record at some point when it's the right time. I've already talked to Phyllis about it. Make sure I can still record it. You know, Kim's a widow, but yeah, it's a great song. It's called "No Beach in Tennessee," and when he sent it to me, I was like, man, that is a great demo. Who is this? And turned out it was Daryl Singletary.
That's cool.
Good.
He's good.
Yeah.
Singletary.
Yeah.
Good.
Gone way too soon as well. Wasn't
Yeah,
he
sure
was
was.
So
great.
the one Joe Diffie, the probably the number one, I guess, Ron. Would you think the Devil Dance in Empty Pockets?
That was a Kim Williams song.
That
yeah.
was a big one. Probably his biggest was "Ain't Going Down to the Sun Comes Up" or "Papa Loved Mama" as far as commercial success.
Yeah.
Joe Diffie, that was probably his biggest one.
Oh, that was Joe's biggest hit, I'd say.
Yeah, very talented songwriter. I don't know how. And you wrote a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not as many hits as Kim Williams.
Not yet. Not yet.
But you got some great ones there. The one that David loves so much. I don't know if we're gonna do it right now. It's April, so but you got so many of those that you wrote. The one that Wave the Flag.
Oh yeah, Wave the Flag. Man, that's I released that as a single, I think 4 years ago now. It's crazy.
So the video that you did of the Oak Ridge Boys song, we talked about it so many times.
Oh yeah, My Son. That's a great song too.
If you've never seen it, go to YouTube and pull that up, that video, the way you done it, and it's really good. The Oak Ridge Boys have done a great job on it, and it's an Oak Ridge Boys song.
Yeah. Well, actually, back when in my Praise 96.3 days, that record was their new Christmas album. It's called An Inconvenient Christmas.
Oh, wow.
And I remember they sent us, I don't know, 50 of them to the station to give away. And of course, I got one. But that's still like my favorite. That's my favorite Christmas album of all time, Inconvenient Christmas. And it's got that song. And Joe Bonzel sang it. He sang the lead on it. It's called My Son. And man, every time for like, I don't know, a decade or maybe longer, every time I'd hear that song, I'd cry. It's such a good song. So I recorded it, on my Christmas album. And one of the reasons is because that I recorded that song and A Christmas Love Song. They're both from that album. But a lot of people didn't know that Oak Ridge Boys Christmas album. A lot of people they don't have a clue. So, those are kind of like the first time, if somebody hears me singing, it's kind of the first time they've heard the song,
So where do you go to record? The studio in North Carolina or where?
No, I recorded a few albums over there. My middle three right now, I've got 5. So albums 2, 3, and 4 I recorded over at Crossroads Studio in Arden, North Carolina. But this new one was kind of a mutt. I recorded some tracks over at Daywind Studio in Nashville, and then I think I did 6 of the tracks at a Zenith Studio. They're not even there anymore. I don't know if somebody's bought it, but man, great musicians played on it. Good Lord. I'm a big steel guitar junkie, and some of the best players on the planet are on it. Steve Henson, who played, Lord, he's been on all kinds of stuff, but his most iconic lick is Your Man for Josh Turner. Mm-hmm. He's that steel intro. That's Steve. Okay. But he's been on tons of hits. He's incredible. He's on there. Mike Johnson, incredible steel player. Oh, yeah. He's on there. Y'all know him, man. Been on so many things. And I think he might have been there that Dean Dillon night. He may have been the steel player on it.
He has a brother too, plays fiddle. They played on that Country's Band Reunion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mike's on that brothers. A lot. Yeah.
Jimmy Camps was on that a lot too.
Oh yeah, Jimmy. He was. That was a great show. I hate they took that off.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Hell passed away.
Yeah. Just have an empty studio if they kept doing it, I guess.
Yeah. So when you do your playlist and your sets, what do you incorporate in? You do a mixture of stuff.
Yeah, it depends on where I'm at. Like a lot of my Texas shows are they're really cover heavy because they're not there to have an intimate evening with Justin Terry. So I play a lot of covers. And
what's your favorite song to cover?
oh man, I don't know, Sammy. I don't know.
You had one that David's probably got a favorite song you played, I'm sure.
Oh, I love that Christmas song about when you ain't.
No, I'm talking about you as far as what you play on the banjo. What's your favorite song to play?
Favorite song to play? It's according to who's paying me.
It's all about the money with
Hey, get the right, you know.
For a small nominal fee, they're all his favorite, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me get on layman terms.
Yeah.
Okay, we used to go out and do these shows for. We did for a lot of high rollers, but they all drank a little. Same. See, I never did drink, but first thing you know, drinking one of them had a song they wanted to hear. Come here, boy. I want Rocky Top, $20 a piece back in the 70s. So we do Rocky Top, and he goes over and talks to a girl he didn't even hear Rocky Top. I want to hear Rocky Top. Did I miss it here? $20 away. This is kind of funny though. They come up with questions. We had a bluegrass band. We not know part of it. We couldn't do it like it's supposed to go. I had a fiddle player on electric guitar, and he should have stayed with fiddle. But anyhow, they wanted to hear Proud Mary. I said, "Do you know that?" He said, "Well, I'll play at it." And he did. He played at it, but I couldn't pick up off him enough to learn it because he was playing at it. The guy come over and said, he gave us a big tip, you know. "Did you do me Proud Mary?" I said, "Yeah, didn't you hear it?" I guess I was talking. He said, "I missed my song." He didn't start over, but you never know. Every show's different. I'll tell you a song that I played more than any, because it was good, hard, fast. It was good to come on with. And he got their attention with Shucking the Corn.
I love Shucking the Corn.
Oh, I hit it. Boy, back then I was young and a little bigger than them, and I hit it real hard. And, you know, I did that on Dukes of Hazzard, and they used it a lot on the cars going.
Yeah.
They'd play bits of it. I'd hear it. Do-do-do-do-do. You know, do-do-do-do. I believe Earl Scruggs wrote it. And they'd play it. Then they'd back it up and do some more. I thought, I wondered how they did all that picking, and they just back it up, running, back it up, running. You know, like
Keith Whitley was playing with.
Did you get paid every time they back it up and ran it?
I don't know. I watch the mailbox every day. I believe most things I got to won't buy my property. But
I understand.
He wanted to go back to those nothing.
Oh, yeah.
There's A-Cuff Rose again.
Yeah.
Well, I'm hot today, but
Come on.
what Disney shows, people want me to do shows, they found out I was retiring.
Yeah, now you got a lot of business.
Oh, yeah. I can get more shows. Is that bus for sale again?
It might be, but that's a good idea. See, I've been thinking about. I remember, Lord, it's probably been 6 or 7 years now. I remember James Taylor came to Knoxville on his farewell tour, and he went to the Tennessee Theater, which seats 1,700 people, and tickets were $600. I mean, they were outlandish because it's his farewell tour.
Woo.
Sold it out, of course, and then the next year he came to Knoxville again, and he was at Thompson Bowling Arena. He hadn't farewelled.
He's long farewell.
I'm thinking about doing a farewell tour.
And
stretching it out a
it's
while.
like Brown Squirrel Furniture has been going out of business since I was born. They've been having their going out of business sale, so I'm thinking about just going on
The farewell.
a farewell tour for the rest of my life.
Let's just do the farewell tour, the reunion tour, the really farewell tour. We're going to get back together again tour.
You know, what it was, I told them here a few weeks ago, I said, I'll tell you what I'm fixing to do. I'm fixing to go up on my price to $10,000. They said, "Will you get any shows?" I said, "I don't know if I get one. I'll be good all year."
I'll take it. I'll take it in cash.
Fred Smith said he was going to live within his means if he had borrowed money to do it. That's the way Smith these things, ain't it?
Oh, yeah. Ran out of way to look at it. Yeah. You talking about Shucking the Corn. So first time I really heard Shucking the Corn, like J.D. Crowe was with New South, and Keith Whitley was singing lead back then. So back in the probably late 70s, maybe early 80s, right around 1980 or so. But Shucking the Chord on that Live from Japan album of J.D. Crow's, it's a great version of Shucking the Chord.
I remember J.D. Crow was a great picker. I got to meet him. And in fact, one day his whole band come in there and sat and picked, except J.D. They said, "You got us all, but J.D. he ain't here." And I had started capo, like you're in G, like you're in A. Over yonder, stand little Maggie. Jump from G to A. I just reach hit the capo and take it off, pick it, and then stick it back on. I jump G. And it's one of the JD's bands that I'll tell you right now, you're the best capo picker I've ever saw. I just done it one day. The boy played it. I think his name was Roger or something. I forget his name. Anyhow, he works at Dollywood. And I taught him banjo lessons when he first started. He was playing mandolin. And I just sat there picking, and I was doing that song. Instead of going from G to F, A to G. I was singing A to G. I just raised the capo up, and that throws me in G, and then I stick it back on, see? And he looks at me, and he said, "Dave, that's the funniest thing." He said, "I'm going to use it if you don't cure it, Dollywood, but I'll tell them where it comes from." It just went through my mind to do that, take it off. And then I somewhere, I don't know, it's been this week, I forgot where I was at, but this guy said, it's yesterday. This guy said, he said, it's yesterday, because I had this guy working for me, and he said, he was a good musician too, and he worked on a band. He said, the first time I ever saw you, so I walked in that store, and you was picking, and you just looking around everybody, and you just throwed it down on your lap and started noting up. So I said, "Boy, that guy." And this other guy was a weatherman in Knoxville, Andy King, a lot of folks remember. And he said that he thought you could do some of that 4-out stuff, like Red Rectors. He said, "I didn't think Davis was too good, but when he started swapping licks with Red Rector, like I do on band,
oh yeah,
I know he was pretty good. They judge you on a lot of different things.
Oh yeah.
But what they didn't know I did a lot of trick stuff, and that was sale, but it didn't mean he was good. It didn't mean he was bad. I don't guess it just. Well, what it did, just watch the crowd. Barney knows this now. Makes a hard way experience. You do something, watch that crowd. If the lifer don't come up to the mark, go the other direction right quick, real quick. Don't let them die on you. And so I watch the crowd, and they won't. If they're leaning more to rock and roll or country or a big band, that's keep sticking them in there. See, a lot of people just don't know that. They'll do 2 or 3 good country, and I get like Donnie Fox, do old time rock and roll. Just perk them right up. But this guy was in a big bluegrass band. He had a big band, and he said, David said, "I figured out what you're doing." He said, "You do a good old slow country song, and you don't do another one. You come out with a bluegrass or a gospel or a rock and roll, and then you go back, slow it back down." He said, "You don't ever do the same kind of music 2 in a row." I said, "Well," but you have to learn a lot of things, don't you, Barney?
No, absolutely. Know your audience. Know your audience is a key, and you know that. But did you? Now you covered Tom Petty's "I Won't Back Down."
Oh yeah,
did a good job on that. It's a rock and roll song on this album. Have you ever done bluegrass?
No, I never have.
Well,
you don't know it.
Sound.
You don't know that song "Snakes Carve at Night," do you?
That one makes me cry.
So now you've had a few minutes. What's your favorite song that you performed?
I don't know. My favorite cover, I don't know. Lord, I do.
Well, you did a great job on "Jesus Take a Hold" on this album.
Yeah, that's a great one too.
Merle Haggard.
Merle Haggard wrote that one.
It's so appropriate still today. It's been 50 years since he recorded it, in the early 70s probably.
Yeah.
And
it is just like he wrote it. Yeah. Just like he wrote it today.
But you don't have a favorite that covered. You'd have to pick one.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through my brain. I do a decade show down in Texas, and I start with Hank Williams. I'll either do "I Saw the Light" or "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry." Then I do some Roger Miller, and there's just so many good songs. Roger. Oh yeah. Yeah, great, man.
He had a mind like an encyclopedia or something. I mean, just.
He apparently was one of the wildest people ever worked with. They said.
I believe it.
They say he was a wild man.
I believe it.
Somebody
just from his
said
goofy songs.
When he went to get married, they was going to fly to Las Vegas to get married. Of course, but then he got too much juice, and him and his girlfriend got into it. No marriage. See, it took him 3 trips before he ever got married.
Nothing like a drunk with money, is it? That's David. They pay good, don't they?
As bad as I broke her heart, she broke my jaw with it.
I saw a video. This is one you need to find the lyrics to. So Johnny Paycheck was on the George Jones show that he did back in the 90s, and something, my back was up against the wall. I can't remember the whole thing, but I don't think it ever got recorded. And I think Paycheck wrote this.
Oh wow!
But it's really good. There's a snippet of it. He just sings just a little bit of Alan Jackson sitting on this show with them, and they're talking about it. And I don't think it ever got recorded. It was something about my back's to the wall. But it had a really good catch in it. It was really good. But
I had a guy in Arizona come up to me at Air Mission. He said, "I got a song idea for you," and he said the title was "Take Your Tongue Out of My Mouth Because I'm Kissing You Goodbye."
Like I got tears in my ears for crying on my back. That's bad. Did you say thank you, sir?
I think that's brilliant.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
I love that song George Jones is. Nothing hurts me worse than the slamming of the door.
Oh my gosh, the door.
Oh man.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, those songs are heart wrenching, man.
Yeah, it makes me cry every time.
It's as bad as this girl. This guy walks up, girl, boy, and she said, "Hey, you like my new boyfriend?" He had one of them real big bushy mustaches. I know, said, "Pretty good. He can kiss you and brush your teeth both sides." It was a package deal on that.
Oh, yeah. So if Kaz had his show today, I ask this every time you're out here. You think Kaz, you'd be on Kaz's show? You think you'd do Kaz's?
Oh Lord, yeah.
He loved you. Yeah. So the type of songs that you sing, though, so you got such a wide range. So bluegrass is, a lot of people think it's a high lonesome sound, but there's some great. I mean, you'd nail it if you did some bluegrass stuff.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing. I've got a lot of album ideas in the back of my mind, and that's one of them. Is kind of like doing just a bluegrassy inspired album.
There's so much good material in the bluegrass that a lot of the country singers' backgrounds are that way.
Yeah.
Like Dirk Bentley a minute ago, his background.
I love hearing him do bluegrass.
The best shows, I think I've talked to you since last June, but I went to Atlanta down there in Alpharetta and saw him. One of the best shows I've ever saw. Great show, and it wide variety of stuff, very entertaining, a lot of comedy.
I saw a show of him on TV where he was with Del McCurry. This has been a lot of years ago.
Yeah, he loves Del McCurry.
But I didn't like Dirk Bentley, the stuff he was putting out on the radio. I was like, I don't like this, and I came across that concert. And it was great, man. It's totally different.
He's totally different. Songs. Yeah. Del McCurry's one that, Del's 88. I think he's 88 now, and he's still touring.
Still going.
He's great.
Yeah.
You want to do another one?
Sure.
You gonna pick the one your favorite? What do you want to pick?
Well, I'll do a George Jones song. George Jones. He was a singer.
See, I told you the story about.
He was a country singer.
Somebody told me back in the '80s. So me and my buddy Larry that passed away, we was going to a George Jones concert, and this lady that she worked the jewelry counter, and she goes, "What are you guys doing tonight?" I said, "We're going to a concert." She goes, "Oh, really? What kind of concert is this?" I said, "Country music." And she goes, "Who are you seeing?" We said, "George Jones." And she goes, "Oh, is he local or national?"
It's bad as Cora Bean was sitting with Murray Costin.
Yeah.
She's up there at the barn, and just sitting there, and her big Hollywood, New York opera singer and everything. And he was sitting beside her, and he said, "What do you do?" She said, "You sing or something?" She said, well let me introduce you here. You want me to?
Yeah, introduce you.
See, he never was on the Cass Walker show. And he had a rock and roll band up there, and her name was Poker. And what he didn't know, they started taping. And Mr. Walker thought he was still alive. And they could have taped it, see, and they could cut it in and out. And they kept waiting, plugging up their amps and stuff, and he got on there and said some dirty words. And we won't use them, but anyhow, I go to church. But anyhow, he said something to him and throwed him out. And see, I was just looking at you. Now you got good instrument there, but you just don't know what to do. See, when they introduce you got to be ready. Go ahead, Doug. Hey, let me give you a little Luke. Hey, let me get. If you don't care, they're yours hard sharp. Go ahead.
This was from 1989. This is one of my favorite songs I do. I don't know if it's my favorite, but if you told me that you love me, I would feel so proud. If you let me hold you, honey, I'd holler out loud. I'll never love another, even if I can. Oh, come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Won't you let me, baby, just kind of hang around? I'll always love you, honey, and I'll never let you down. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Mountain if it reached up to the sky to prove that I love you. I'd jump off and fly. I'd even swim the ocean from shore to shore to prove that I love you just a little bit more. Won't you let me, baby, just kind of hang around? I'll always love you, honey, and I'll never let you down. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Feel so proud if you let me hold you, honey. I'd holler out loud. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Won't you let me, baby, just kind of hang around? I'll always love you, honey, and I'll never let you down. I'll never love another, even if I can. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Come to me, baby, I'm a one-woman man. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. That is a good song.
George Jones.
Yeah, he's a little local singer.
George.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be that other one that Fred wrote. I kissed her ruby red lips and left her behind for you.
That's like the, what's his name? Oh my gosh, great songwriter. Him and Vince Gill sang a song, I Kissed the Lips that chew my. You know what I'm talking about. On the crowd and Vince Gill, look it up.
I got to tell you something.
I kissed the lips.
You made me think
all the time.
You made me think of something. We were doing a big party in Kingston Pike, one of the big places there, Fair West or somewhere. And then about 1 o'clock in the morning, everybody got in the spirit about that time, you know. And Fred was sitting there, and you know, Fred had this big long nose. And Little Red called him the ain't eater. And this guy was over the scale down there. He had a big long nose. And they're sitting across from each other, just looking at each other. He was over the scale department there at Highway Patrol. They're sitting looking at each other. It looked like they was looking at their noses, and they probably was. Fred said, always your noses with you. Go Stanford, I believe it was over that time. Always your noses with you. Oh, Fred, he was anywhere he went, if you eat or whatever, like Alan Collins said, he was funny. I mean, tell us another good, Barney.
Did you tell them about working with the Blackwood Brothers? Get to fill in. Have you done that one in a while? It's been a couple of years ago. You were doing some for the Blackwood Brothers. I
don't have time, but yeah, man, that was so much fun. We go do these Elvis shows, and I'd sing bass with them. And
you didn't sing tenor?
I did not. I did not. I didn't sing tenor. It was a blast, though, man. I did some stuff with them. That was 2014. It was the first time I did anything with them. And Lord, I'm still working my job. I'd just gone solo a couple years before, so I had some time on my hands, on the weekends.
Isn't it cool how God's blessed you to be able to do what you love to do?
Yeah, and that's even this winter, I have to keep everything in perspective, because just like everybody else, you get used to something and things will start to frustrate you, and this isn't good enough, and I needed a bigger crowd, and yada yada yada. But then I do that. I think, man, if I could tell little 5-year-old me, hey, you're going to be making a living singing music, and
cool.
People want to hear you, and you're going to have records, and it's all about perspective.
George, he can pick what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it.
Yeah.
Wrote that Wolverton Mountain. And showed to George, he said, I hate mountain songs.
Paul King didn't.
Nope.
Paul King liked it.
Yeah, see, that's a difference.
I never heard anybody be passionate against mountain songs. I didn't know
Well, he stopped loving her, too.
Yeah.
He said it's morbid.
Good call, George.
Yeah, George might want to listen to that one again, everybody. But if you had, if you got to, you got to meet Larry Gatlin, who's the entertainer that's still alive that you'd want to meet that you've not got to meet yet?
Well,
get in front of
Randy Travis. I mean, he's not singing anymore, but man, he's in my top 3.
Yeah.
Keith and George. Randy was golly. And the more I listen to him, he was a legend or is a legend, but he was huge at the time, but I still think he's underappreciated as one of the greatest.
Kim Williams wrote Three Wooden Crosses and some other.
Yeah.
Did he write some more, Ron, for Randy Travis? I know Three Wooden Crosses, but
I'm not sure if he wrote any. I don't know if Randy recorded any more of his stuff. That's the only big hit that Randy had.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He may have done a couple of obscure songs on a record or something, but
yeah,
I think that was the biggest.
So we've talked about it before. Nashville, the big thing about a lot of these guys moved to Nashville to do that kind of stuff, to get, play these corner lounges or bars and stuff like that, to try to get seen and stuff like that. So it's a hard business. And
my favorite Randy Travis song was?
Which one?
I Told You So.
Oh, man, that's a great one.
That's what my wife says all the time.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I told you so.
I hear it.
Said, you sound just like Randy Travis, but you stop.
But I saw him, was on the Opry. Jerry Underwood doing it.
Yeah.
He said, well, I guess I'll do that no more. But she did knock it out.
Oh, yeah, no.
She did a good job on it.
There's not much she can't knock out of the park when she wants to.
If anybody's listening, if they've been watching the American Idol, it's Hannah Harper.
Is she from here? Or is she from Tennessee?
I don't know. She's a good friend of Noah Peters, that Karen's cousin. And she is fantastic. And she's got a kind of a combination sound of, I think, between the three, Dolly, Leanne Womack, and Alison Krauss. And she's really good, and she seems pretty authentic too.
Yeah.
Well, Noah did a good job there Sunday on that national anthem.
Yeah, Noah did. He sang the national anthem for the Bristol race.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did you get to meet him? Were you over there?
I haven't, no.
Okay. You need to meet him. I suggested to him.
I need to go get a haircut.
Did you see that? I put on, I copied you on that.
I think I did. I saw a few people that tagged me on that.
I want him to
Yeah.
get you in the chair over there, Tom.
He was on Wild Wings with us a couple times.
Yeah,
he's a good singer.
Well, him and his daddy and his brother, you guys are the three of them.
Oh, man, yeah.
I think I have on a couple videos. I think he's had his dad in there with him.
Daniel, his brother, they had a video the other day, and he had on my Mayberry shirt. I gave him all the Mayberry, straight down to Mayberry instead of straight
really?
down to Compton. And Daniel had it on, and they was doing something. Daniel's a really good singer too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he's head and shoulders.
Now, Daddy ain't no slouch either.
He's
Oh, they're all
me and Hurt still waiting to get our record deal too. So
Me too.
They
Ron,
bought the
you can play
Martins.
it.
Maybe.
They all bought the Martins from us.
Yeah.
And it blew when he bought it for his new wife. And he called me up and asked would I come play for the wedding, and I just kind of on the weather right there, and I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know who played for it.
I got to buy my fifth son here a Martin some of these days. He needs a Martin. I'm going to get him a Martin one of these days if I get rich.
And them blue ones, if you saw them.
No, I haven't.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're going back over directly. I'm going to show you one. Oh, they're beautiful. It's making
don't go in there. It's like petting that cat, David.
Don't
you
make
hold
me
that
pet the cat.
guitar. You hold that guitar. You know what's going to happen.
I don't want to see the bus, pet the cat, or see the Martin.
No.
I tell you what, we're going to lock the door. You can't go in. Daddy ain't got no money right now.
I'll tell you, Anthony O'Berry, the top-notch salesman, the guy that took it over.
Yeah.
It's Christmas. This is the day after Christmas. Two guys come in, they're well dressed, and they're cutting up his buddies, and he's just having the biggest time. And one of them said, could I help you? He said, no. Strict orders from our wives. We left, keep them credit cards in your billfold. And he got them back there and sold them both a high dollar Martin each. $6,000 and $7,000 bracket. And they went up there and said, well, we may be back with a divorce. They put it on the internet. We went down to Sodaville and got us some Martin, but y'all saw what happened after that with our wives. We're barred. We can't even go back to the place.
I'm a compulsive spender, so Tim West, he always told that story. He said, I'm that same way. He says, I go into Stuckey's and I come out. It's an impulse buy. I bought a Hank Jr. ashtray.
My greatest impulse buy was I bought a samurai sword at an auction in Pendleton, South Carolina.
Where's the sword now?
I think it broke.
Heather's probably got it over the mantle at your house now, right?
I thought I might be a samurai warrior. Boy, I don't know if y'all ever go to auctions, but that's the kind of crap that'll happen to you.
My greatest impulse buy was I was heavily induced with Xanax and some kind of antidepressant. My dad had died, and they put me on all kind of medicine. I was having, I didn't know what I was doing. I bought a Lexus, and I now have 435,000 miles on that Lexus. It was a 98, and so, yeah.
Well, I think yours turned out better than my sword.
No, it's not. Well, Ben told my wife, I bought you a car, and she goes, what?
Let me tell you my impulse buy. It was about early 60s, probably just maybe mid. I think I just opened the music barn around 66. I didn't have much money because when I opened it, I spent the last $2.50 I had for a roll of roofing going on the roof, so I broke. But anyhow, I saved up a little money, and tickets was sold for a little bit. I had little money in my pockets, and I felt up there pretty wealthy right at the moment. And I had some people with me, and wanting to be, girlfriend, wanting to, I was showing them I was a businessman. So I go into this place called T.L. Fine Supermarket. It might not have been his at that time, that old building. He had a whole buggy of Louisiana tea sitting there. And he was getting, I think, 35 cents a box for it. And I said, where's your manager at? And they went and got it. And I said, what do you take for all that tea you got? He said, what do you give? I said, I'll give you 15 cents a box and take all you got. And he said, okay. Back your truck around back. Back your truck around back in it. But the case, my face got as red as that thing. I got thinking, if I got enough money to buy this or not, and I couldn't let down from my women. I said, well, I thought this buggy was it. No, he said, I got about 5 more cases. I backed the truck up and they started loading Louisiana tea. And you got some more boxes, boxed all that up in the buggy. And I had tea high as this stacked there at the store. I put it way up. And that stuff sold for about 60. He had a half price at about 70 cents a box. A great big box of Louisiana chicory in it and all that stuff. So I put it in the store and I put 35 cents a box like he had it for 3 for $1 and sold every bit of it. That was my impulse buying. It was bad. Took all the money I had, out there.
Was she impressed? You tea-buying man?
Well, I needed to go out with the boy. She was a Coke drinker. So.
Said, oh, this is my tea-buying man.
She didn't like tea.
She said, I don't even like tea.
I hear these people talk about it. These people talk about it, and say, look at this. And 70 cents a box in the store to Louisiana. That's the best you can get. We better stock up on it 3 for $1. Lord, I was just selling it like hotcakes. I was making
You
over double my money.
Double your money,
My
yeah.
money over. And then after that, I invested in something else.
He moved on from Louisiana tea.
I went back to cider,
He did the T-bills. That's what it was.
But that was a impulse buy. I'd like to have that buggy pull it.
Yeah.
Sold it 50 cents a box, and
Yeah.
but this other way I made a lot more money.
Well, yeah. Before you said you sold it, I was going to ask if you had any left.
No,
You didn't ever
No, I
get
wouldn't-
rice-a-roni, did
I
you?
wouldn't even give Mama a box or two. Went right out and walk out Mama's. No, it was good. Louisiana tea's some best you get,
Yeah.
But I've done a lot of stuff like that. Just walk up. I'll tell you another thing I did, but now I made a lot. I made good on it. I needed this. A guy pulled in there in a U-Haul truck. Only it's one. He painted the signs out. He owned it and bought it from U-Haul. When he big in dual wheel jobs, big. And he come in there and he said, "Can I sell you some floor mats in a building store now?" I said, "Lord, I don't need no floor mats." He said, "I'm gonna sell you a bargain in them. Don't want no floor mats." He just kept on following me around. He said, "Well, just come here and look at them. I'll make you a deal you can't refuse." And I said, "Okay." And we had customer, and I just quit. I said, "Okay, I'll be right back, y'all." I go out there and climb up on his truck, and he had, I don't know, he must have had 150 sets of them floor mats full to the hangers, like the hang at service stations or the parts place. He had them stacked from the ceiling, and I looked over and I had trailers and stuff I was renting, and he had 3 or 4 big rolls of carpet in there because he's from Dalton, Georgia. And I said, and I got thinking, I can't unload this stuff now, take it to the building somewhere. I'm busy. I was so busy. I said, "Make me a price on the carpet, the floor mats, and the truck." He made me a price. I said, "Okay, sold. If you got title on this truck," he said, "Yeah." I said, "Go in there and tell Peggy." I said, "Peggy," and she's a notary, take care of the title. Well, first thing I done is got that carpet off. I needed it in them house trailers. Every time somebody move out, you got to put down new carpet. Well, Luke was working for me then, and we had them floor mats from the floor to the ceiling stacked up. There's two or three stacks of them. And I give Luke a little bit to sell them, maybe $5 or $3 or something, what it was. So I make the money. Sold every one of them, because we had them high prices, what there was somewhere else. I bought them. I don't even know what I paid for them. I just wanted that carpet, and it was good. And then there I sat with this nice big truck, and I moved one person with it. So I made a little money there, and then sold the truck. I made money all the way around on all of it.
Yeah.
But I bought it because I didn't have a place to put the stuff right then, but I wanted the carpet bad.
Oh, yeah.
I'm still broke from 666. You're still making money.
Yeah.
Like that joke on that, what was he says, her left guy says, "I'm just selling suits."
Tell it like it is. You know, I hate to tell this because it was bad. It's kind of pitiful in a way, but the night I spent the last $2.50 I had on roll roofing. Roofing was $2.50 a roll. I knew I had a roll, and they'd load the truck up with a bunch of scrap and put it on top of it, and you roll. So I had to count my change and everything. I said, "No, we're getting me another roll roofing. We like one roll, but have enough." I knew I had enough. I couldn't find it. When I unloaded the truck, I found it. Here come a girl in there. She's a good singer. She went to Nashville, married Scotty Stoneman. So, I mean, she's a good friend of the family. And she just had a brand new car. And she come in, and she said, she'd asked me 2 or 3 weeks ago, said, "Let's go out and eat one night." Well, I didn't have no money. I couldn't go out and eat. And there was plumb broke. I give my last $2.50. She said, "Come here a minute." Here I am with dirty clothes on when I'm doing carpenter work. She said, "Come here a minute. Get in this car here. I want you to drive it up the road and see what you think about it." I started driving up the road, and she said, she threw a $10 bill down and said, "Here, I know you're having it rough." Said, "Let's go eat good. You got enough there to pay for the food and give her a good tip." And so I was so embarrassed, but I just took it and went on me.
You embarrassed, but
Well,
took it.
Well, there I pulled in the new car, dirty clothes, walked in. We was great friends. We traveled a lot like that together, and we liked that. Because Scotty, I was thinking about this a while ago, coming over to Scotty Stoneman. He wrote Snake Draw at Night. He wrote a lot of big hit songs. You know who the Stoneman family are? You may have heard of them. Nashville is real big. And he wrote good songs. Somebody's always leaving by. I forget who it was, one of the big stars did that. But anyhow, he was an alcoholic. And we was playing like Bonnie, Georgia or somewhere down there. This was a big place. They had a big, nice building. And even back in the 60s, they had TV in the dressing rooms where you could stay. You go there and stay. You can get a motel room. They had a room for you if you was a good band. That's where you stayed. They give us a room. And he was take a half a pint, just turn it down. And she just put him on pills to try to get him to dry out. And he didn't know what band he was with. But anyhow, we took him down there and got him down there. But he got somewhere where we was going. He got laying in the floorboard. There's a new van, one of them wagons.
Station wagon.
So he laid down across our feet on the floor and was sleeping halfway drunk. He never could get so drunk he couldn't play or something. But he was there and she was talking about him, you know. She thought he was sound asleep. He was laying there like this and she's telling him something he didn't like. Her name was Murray. He said, "Murray, I can hear you." So we come on out a little further. This is one of our bad experiences. We got in another town in Georgia at 1 o'clock in the morning coming home. And that guy stopped at a red light. We're all just about pooped, you know, because we've been picking, not getting no sleep. He jumped out the car and took across the courthouse lawn. And me and this bass player had to get out and run him down. He didn't know where he's at. He went wild, you know. I told my dad when I got in, I said, if music's going to be like this, I'm quitting. But of course, you know, the next shows come up wasn't like it. I made some pretty rough. Well, we had a good time, though. We're down on overtime.
No, man.
Talk to him a little bit more.
Tell them about you got to go to the Masters last week. You go every
Yes,
year.
I did. Yeah. I had to go Thursday and Friday, and it is as spectacular as it seems.
Beautiful. Yeah,
It is, man.
I got to see it on TV. I don't ever get to go. Thanks.
Well, you know
to
what?
get in the lottery. My wife, that's one of her bucket list things to get to go down there.
Yeah.
So she put in for the lottery thing to where
You got to do it every year.
She does.
Yeah.
She did it again.
And you know what? Another strategy is to, you apply for it, your kids, your
Well, you are my
cousins,
kid.
your everything.
You're my fifth son. You keep going. You're leaving Daddy at the house. So what you doing?
I only get one badge, but I'll tell you what I do is I plug in the David West part of my brain when I go down there.
Oh yeah, you buy
Because,
a ton of
yes,
stuff. Yeah.
Master, that's the only place you can get Masters merchandise is if you're there. You can't buy it at masters.com. So if you get something from there, either you bought it there or you're buying it from somebody who got it from there.
Store in West Knoxville, you can't get Master stuff
No.
there. Really, I didn't
No.
know that.
So that's what makes it value. It makes it valuable. So
Yeah.
I come out of there with armfuls of stuff.
And you sell it on eBay or what do you
Yeah.
sell it on?
eBay and Facebook.
That's good.
I'll come
He
out
may
of there
be
with
your
all kinds
son.
of
He
stuff.
may not be my son. He may be yours.
The only thing they didn't have this time was Masters Louisiana tea. So I didn't.
You know, I did the same thing. I'd find out who sold guitar cases, who made them, and they still wouldn't let me buy them from there. But what I do, I call up a big wholesale house, and I say, I'll tell you what to do. I want 200 guitar cases. And I'm going to give you $1 a piece. Just call the order in. The shipping was free when you bought that. They ship them to the company, the jobber, you know. And I'd say, if you'll call them up and send them straight to me, I'll send you a check for $200. You made that with just one phone call, and they'd do it. I'd buy them for $1. Then I'd sell them to these other music stores. And because they didn't have to pay freight, they'd come out there and get them, so they could be at their other price, $2 or $3, and I'd make about $5. And $5 was a lot. It's like a guy come in, he wanted 100 guitars. They peddlers, they bought from me. going 100 Sigma guitars. And I said, well, I'll make them to you at $5 over cost. But buying 100, though, you get them a lot cheaper than he could buy them for somewhere. And then if you pay in 10 days, you get 2%. If you go up 18% there, you get another 2%. So I got $500 just like that for making one phone call. He come that day, write me a check, and I pay for him his money. It's where you buy, and here's what makes you break you. You may not think this, and he's done learning. If you get 21 nickels, you got more than $1. So little stuff will make you or break you. And you can make it off little stuff. Sell enough of it. The volume. It's reading the bank to loan you money because they do such volume on it.
That's my next venture. Just start a bank. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I got an extra piggy bank where I'll sell you one if you.
And you know what we'll have up at the counter? Louisiana tea.
There you go.
Right
Counter,
there.
Louisiana tea and piggy bank.
Instead of
and don't forget them
suckers.
floor mats.
Rolls of carpet.
Throw out the
Hey,
carpet.
before you sing another song, will you do my jingle just a little bit? J.J. Jones for Sheriff. Do you remember it?
I don't know. Let's
David
see.
wrote this. Come on now. J.J. Jones for Sheriff.
Here we go. J.J. Jones for sheriff again. J.J. Jones for sheriff again. To make it safer for your family and your friends, vote for J.J. Jones for sheriff again. Vote for J.J. Jones for sheriff again.
Now, remember, that's a J.J. Jones and Knoxville, Tennessee. Say that again.
Vote for J.J. Jones for sheriff again.
So, hey,
How do you do that? You sound just like Mr. Walker.
Yeah.
it changes it all. Hey, can you do, did you have one you want to do?
I don't know. What do you want?
Have you ever done Old Rugged Cross? You ever do?
I have. I'd have to look up the chord
what was
structure.
What was the Come to the Garden? I go to.
In the garden?
I come to the garden alone.
Yeah, that's it. You do that. I've heard you do so many good gospel songs. I'd love to hear you do those.
Let's see.
I'll tell you a great one.
Which
Where
one?
the roses never fade.
Roses Never Fade. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I come to the garden alone while the dew is still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known. He speaks, and the sound of his voice is so sweet that the birds hush their singing, and the melody that he gave to me within my heart is ringing, and he walks with me and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joy we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known, and the joy we
share as we tarry there. Now another has ever known.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I guess.
Thank you so much.
Barney, thank you for bringing him over, and thank you for coming over.
Absolutely. Good to be with you, fellas.
Okay.
Always.
We're going to tell everybody. Now, you see us, and we see you, and remember, be good to the Lord, and He'll be good to you.
Thank you for listening to AM 1380 WYSH and Ask Your Neighbor. Make sure you tune in at 10 a.m. each day, Monday through Friday, right here on AM 1380 WYSH and BBB TV 12. Or listen live online at WYSHradio.com. And remember, if you have a question, comment, or problem, call in tomorrow and ask your neighbor. Or email from our website. It's Ask Your Neighbor. Thanks for listening.